Good morning from Classic Cars Limited. We are here with Jerry, the owner of the 71 C10 pickup. Jerry's the original owner, and we just wanted to ask him a couple of questions. Folks wanted some answers to some of the unique aspects of the truck, so we're going to get it right from the horse's mouth here. Thanks, Jerry. I appreciate you being here.
Okay.
First off, just wondering why you bought the truck. Tell me a little bit about it.
I worked as an electrician. I mostly always had a company pickup. And a lot of my friends said that once you get a pickup, you'll never be without one. And I found that to be true. And I got to drive a bunch of different company trucks, and I knew I was going to get a Chevrolet. And at the time, we did a lot of trailer camping where we'd take a little utility trailer and we'd go tent trapping, camping. We would go all the way up to Victoria. So it worked out very well, and we had dogs and all that stuff then, so the truck worked out really well.
Tell me about racing. When you got into racing and you used it to tow your drag car.
Yeah, that was not much of a load. That trailer was only about a 26-foot trailer, so. And then we had a little front engine dragster, and it didn't weigh all that much, but we did that for about 6 years. And the real towing was when we went back east, and for the 7-week trip and the 6-week trip. And that worked out really nice. We really enjoyed it.
And those were long haul trips with your family, right? Just to kind of tour the country.
The entire family the first time, and just one of my daughters the second time.
Okay, great. What about, there's been a couple of questions about the transmission you chose and the engine.
Well, first off, about after making my decision to get a Chevrolet, and then seeing that these were going to have disc brakes. I wanted the disc brakes, and then I could order it exactly the way I want them, and I did. And I don't regret what I did, except I should have got air conditioning, because I didn't realize back east the weather was going to be as it is. So, but having a '64 Plymouth from new and having that same transmission, I really knew that that's what I wanted to do. The Muncie was aluminum transmission. It didn't have enough low gear, and the spread between low and second and the original transmission, which was a 3-speed, was too much. I got an adapter to put the 4-speed in, and I did all the work. I built the cross member to support it. And what happened was a friend of mine worked at the Hayward Plymouth dealer, and a car got wrecked, and it was a '68 Roadrunner. And I got to buy from the flywheel all the way to the drive shaft for $800. And I sold what I didn't need for $300, and the transmission, the shifter, and the drive shaft cost me $500. And it's been really good ever since. This transmission has never failed. Never had a synchro go bad, and it's got over 100,000 miles. 28,000 of that is towing trailers.
And you did that in 1972, I believe it was?
No, I got this race car in '72, but
Okay.
the trip back east was 1979 and 1983.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
And the reason I put a 383 in is like a 350 was really on the borderline, and I didn't want a race motor. I wanted torque. And by putting in a 1/4-inch stroker, that's where you pick up the torque and the pull. And it worked out very well. Some of my friends had this same truck with the big block, and it's pretty nose heavy. And a 383 is just a little bit more weight than a regular 350, so it worked out quite well, and it's very docile on the street.
Yeah. So the transmission hasn't been replaced, it's still strong. The engine you had redone, and it has less than how many miles on it?
I think it's got less than 9,000 on it.
9,000, okay.
Roughly. The Chevrolet is a good engine. There are aspects of it that I don't like about the oiling system and some other things. The Chrysler makes a small block that's really good, but it has some problems. You can't get everything you want. You have to decide what's more important. So and this has worked out very well for us. When I did get done with towing and whatnot, and the family was shrinking because the children were moving away, I decided to have this dolled up, and I went to a fellow that was in Dublin, and he had painted my son-in-law's truck. He did a nice job, so I told him I wanted the bed pulled off, I wanted the tailgate pulled off, I wanted the doors pulled off, and I want it all sprayed. And I want the back of the cab to be sprayed and everything, and they did a nice job. He had it for 4.5 months.
And that was done in late 90s, right?
Somewhere in there, yeah.
Yeah, I think 96 or 97.
Yeah.
Well, you've done a wonderful job with it, and somebody's going to be very lucky to win this in the auction, and I really appreciate your time in doing this today, Jerry.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Nice
you.
dealing with you.